And we're back with Around the World in 5 hours. We're now landed in Maryland. We have an old friend of mine who's come on to a lot of the different radio shows that I've done, Armah Ajunde, famous for the song Here Is Where You Belong. Armah, how are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Terrance?
You know, I'm really good. We've been doing a lot of talking lately, and you know, you've got a new album out.
Yes, I do. Actually, I do.
Yeah.
And actually currently working on the next follow-up.
Okay. So what is the name of the album that you've got out right now?
Healing Process, Diary of Emotions. Well, I'm bringing it back, actually. I'm about to, sorry
Re-release
for
it.
the fans and everything, but I'm about to pull it down and re-release it because I went through a change since the last time I was on.
Yes.
Through a change of management. I went from Phase 1 Entertainment, and now I'm with the Alliance Entertainment Group, and I still serve as Vice President of New Struggle Music Group. So,
nice.
So yeah, I'll be releasing Healing Process, Diary of Emotions, probably like springtime. That's
nice.
like projected.
Yes, projected. So let's talk a little bit about, you know, some of the things that you have done in the past. What have you done? I mean, a lot of people have heard you on radio. Now they can see you on TV. What has Armah done?
Well, I mean, I've been blessed to pretty much. I've done television. I've done the Kaya Amajoy show, which is a Comcast station show about politics and different things that happen around the world. Of course, I've done your show a few times.
That's right.
I've done summits, AFRAMs, African festivals. Like the list goes on, to be honest. Like I've been special guest of Roxanne Shante, the Legend's birthday party a few years ago.
Yes.
So the list goes on.
That's right. And so what does Armah have coming up in the future, except for, you know, of course, the album's being re-released and you've changed management and all that kind of stuff. But what is it that you've got going on in the near future, I guess? Some goals, maybe?
Okay, well, actually, it's a lot going on.
Okay.
I guess I'll also start off with TDMV in partnership with yourself.
Yes.
Maybe later down the line, you know, you can explain a little more of what that is to the viewers. But also, like I said earlier, I serve as Vice President for New Struggle Music Group, which is our independent label out here on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. Basically, we go out, we scout talent, we set up digital distribution deals for artists, whether it be a single, whether it be an album. That's a job within itself.
That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, because I mean, anybody can say they got talent, but at the end of the day, I mean, I think the listeners will be the judges.
Exactly.
Outside of that, like I said, I'm also working on revamping Healing Process, Diary of Emotions. I'm actually going to have it. It's going to be Healing Process, Trail of Tears. Since, you know, because I want to refresh it, let it be new. I'm working out some situations with different artists, whether it be independent artists. My management has ties with some major artists. That would be great if I can seal in, you know, some notarized artists on the album. It's like the list goes on. I'm just busy. I try to stay consistent. I try to give my listeners what they want, and that's real music. So
that's right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play a couple tracks. I think we've got 2 of your music videos. And, of course, we've got Here's Where You Belong. And what is the other music video that we have that we're going to play next?
Well, we have the music video for Here's Where You Belong. I have 2 other commercials. Basically, they're like, I call them teasers.
They wanted me to give up and quit long ago. They said that I was crazy for still believing I could make it. Well, I am music, and music lives within me. What? You thought I wasn't coming? Well, you thought wrong. It's the Alliance.
I'm gonna take you on that ride while I'm touching all those places that you never thought.
Teasers,
Yes.
like little 30-second teasers,
Okay.
to let you know pretty much what's going on, what's to come, and basically to be on the lookout.
I've met many great people along my way, and overall, I've learned many important things. No matter what it is in life, you have to embrace it, own it, and still press forward, for it's only the beginning.
I made mistakes so many times, but I'm gonna make it up to you.
All right, so that's Armah Ajunde from Maryland, USA. And you're going to get to hear his music here next. Again, this is Here Is Where You Belong.
Armah Ajunde. I'm an R&B soul artist, bringing back that true love music. Well, what would separate me from other artists today? I would say I stay to the core of music. Not trying to, I would say, fit in and follow the trend of what today's music is really following. Everybody sounds the same. So Here's Where You Belong is basically, it's stating a love affair, a relationship, whereas though at one point in time it was happiness, it was joy, and then it turned into pain.
For you to stay, and now you tell me that you found somebody new. But will he be there like I was for you? And will he be there through thick and through thin? Or will he leave you when he falls in love again? About this, oh how I miss you, how we hugged and how we kissed. Now you tell
we're back here with Around the World in 5 Hours. We're in the studio with two lovely ladies, resident here to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. They are filmmakers, producers, directors,
Yeah.
and an actress.
Yes.
We've got Mary and Sandra.
Yes.
I almost called you Cynthia again. They just recently finished making a film called Ancient Lights. And I'll let you explain what Ancient Lights is about after we kind of get into a little bit of background about who you are, why this came about, how this film came about. So I'll let the master start.
Yeah. Ancient Light is an anti-bullying film.
Okay.
And it basically tells the story of this girl, Alexa, and the way that she deals with bullying. Like, she's been bullied her whole life, and the way she copes with this is she cuts herself, sadly, until the point that she attempts to kill herself. And she wakes up in this fantasy land where she discovers a full world of mythical creatures, and she finds out that this land is being cursed by a sea witch. And
By a witch?
A witch.
A witch.
Yeah,
okay,
a witch.
Okay, okay.
Sea witch.
Sea witch. Yeah, sea witch. Okay, all right.
And she actually is the chosen one to free this world.
Okay.
And the way she does it, she learns how to stand up against this witch, and that by learning how to love herself and accept herself. And when she discovered that inner strength, she's allowed to come back to her real world and actually stand her bullies in her real life.
Wow. So it's almost kind of like a dreaming reality show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. And so how long have you been into film, and have you done other projects?
Yes, I have a few other projects. I've been into film for almost 2.5 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you are from...
I'm from Mexico.
Okay, so did you start that in Mexico, or did you just, land in Canada and go, oh my God, I've got to film this?
No, I study advertising back in Mexico, but I always like to tell a story and to give a message. And after I finished at college there, I came to Canada to actually fulfill that dream.
Apply your
Yeah,
skills,
to apply.
yeah.
And I applied to Vancouver Film School, and that's when I started doing these stories and message and literally working in the media. And I just like to tell stories to motivate people, and then I realized this passion to just try to change lives.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
and I was
through your vision, or
Yeah,
your eyes, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's really amazing how profound and effective film and television really are on our society, and how much it can really make an influence and an impact on how people think.
Yes.
It's incredible. So now, what sort of gave you the idea of the whole dream reality thing? What, is there some relation there for you between that? Were you bullied, or how did you come up with the whole storyline?
It was funny how it came up, the whole dream reality thing.
Yes.
Because I normally like to daydream in my normal life.
Okay.
And imagine,
Smoke a lot of
yeah,
weed, be seat
no,
belts,
no. So it was just trying to imagine what will be if all these creatures actually exist. How will they behave and that, and just thinking and thinking.
So Sandra,
Yeah.
you came here from Mexico,
Yeah.
and you had this burning desire, like most film people do, to be able to express or help. Which one of those was it, or was it both?
I think I will start with help and then express something.
Okay.
I am firmly believer that the entertainment industry can do something good for the people, and it's a big tool to actually improve lives and to touch life and motivate young adults everywhere.
Yes. It's remarkable how much our society, North American, I believe probably even Mexico now,
Yeah.
is so influenced by film and television.
Yes.
You know, it literally is our silent parent.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. So you came here, and you know, the concept of the story itself is kind of different. You know, it's a dream reality. Did you suffer from bullying yourself, or
Yes.
you're
It's-
kidding? No.
Yes, I did.
Really?
It's the bullying in Mexico. It's still a little different from what it is here, right?
Explain.
In technically, well, in Mexico, you still have more the support of your parents and your friends. Like it's not as we haven't reached that hard extreme of
Individualism.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's like yes, child fight and everything, but there's not like they actually push you in the hallways or like literally
Okay. Beat
fight
you
you, like
up
beat
or-
you. It's
okay.
still not that hard, and the bullying that I suffered was more like comments and like what people told and like even comments from like your closest friends and your closest family,
so
right?
it's more of a, well, I mean, it is bullying, but it's more of maybe like a mental abuse.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of like that. It's
Verbal,
verbal,
mental.
verbal. It's there were some comments that they did without realizing, or like thought they were funny, and like you suffer in your silence, right? Like you don't want to tell anybody. You think like, oh, they're just joking, but then
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they're words and they
Yes.
hurt.
Yes,
So
exactly.
that was my bullying, and also I dealt with myself. I have my inner demons. For me at the time, like as Alexa, I actually dealt with that through cutting. Like there was this point that I didn't know what to feel, what to do. I was in this whole process of learning who I was and dealing with all these questions that it was too much for me.
Wow.
And I literally cut because I was so numb. I didn't feel anything.
And you're so used to holding so much inside
Yes.
for years.
Yeah.
Right?
It was years of silence until the point that one of my friends actually cut up, saw the signs, literally grabbed me and said like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? And I was like, well, I think I'm not thinking. And because I'm really close to my family and those friends, like I was like seeing what I was doing, and like, okay, this is not the answer, this is not what I need, this is definitely not what I want to do. So I actually started learning and loving myself,
Yourself. Okay.
loving who I was, accepting who I was, and I was like, well, you know what? You can say anything you want about me. I don't care. I know who I am. I know what I'm capable, and
Exactly.
you can tell words. They're not gonna hurt me anymore.
Exactly.
So after that, I started like realizing like, how can I do something like to inspire people and to let people that is probably suffering the same thing that I am suffering, that it's okay, that it actually you can get better, that you can live
Grow.
with that. Yeah, you can grow.
From that. Exactly.
Yeah, so the idea started like forming in my mind until I got to Vancouver. I learned the skills that I needed, and talking with one of my friends about this big story that I want to tell, she told me like, why you just don't write it? Like just go for it. I'm like, I'm not a writer. I'm not doing that. She's like, just give it a try. Go for it. Like you know what you want to tell. You know
Just
your
do it.
character. Just do it. And I did it.
Wow. So I mean, how do you explain the whole dream thing though? Was the dream part maybe the inner you?
Probably yes. And the other reason that I wanted to go to the dream side was, I know bullying and cutting and all these subject that the movie is about, presenting just like that, it might be too much for the people. So I
Okay.
needed like a layer to like
okay.
this transform it and like subconsciously and like trying to use a lot of metaphors.
In the film too, I mean, when you guys see the trailer here, you'll see that it also touches on, I guess, what would we call that? What's politically correct for that? Girl, or Homosexuality? I don't even know what the politically correct term is. What do you call it anymore? I mean, I'm not even black anymore. I'm Afro-Canadian. So what is that? What is the politically correct term for, I'm going to say gay?
Let's call it innocent love, because that's what it was.
Okay.
And that's how I explained them the relationship to Mary and Catherine, which plays Alexis' girlfriend Rain.
Okay.
I was like, it's really innocent. Like, they don't care if they're girls, if she's a boy or not. Like, they're just love each other. Yeah.
Exactly. Wow. All right. So, how did you become involved with the film?
Well, I auditioned for Sandra months and months ago for a short film that she was doing.
Okay.
And at the time I was in acting school on weekends, which is when she was filming. So that job got put to the side, and randomly a few months later, Sandra emailed me out of the blue and said, I would like you to audition for the lead. And so I showed up, and there was...
Just killed it.
I guess. I don't know why she picked me, but there was, I guess, about 70 girls who auditioned.
Wow, hey?
Right?
Probably 70 to 80 girls that we saw for the lead.
And so it worked out, and I had the best time with it. And
did you have an issue with the that's all I'm going to say. With that at all, or?
No, I didn't. There's with every actress or actor, you have a limitations list of things that you're okay with doing on film and things you're not. And my limitation is if it's in poor taste.
Okay.
And this was definitely not. I knew it wasn't like a schemy, like
porn.
Yeah,
BC
anything like
porn.
that. Yeah, so it didn't, like, I had no second thoughts about it. It's all about the story and delivering what the director's vision is,
yes.
And it's a part of it, and it's really innocent love, and it's not in any way like vulgar or rude or crude or like in your face. It's just there.
It's a story.
Yeah, it's a story. It's an element to the story. And Catherine, she's a very very nice girl, and her and I were on the same page for everything. Like, we would chew gum before kissing scenes and stuff, but we dealt with it professionally, and it wasn't and there was a closed set, so we didn't feel uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. Yeah. So why don't we do this? Why don't we take a short break, or why don't we cut over to the trailer that we have here? This is Ancient Lights, produced, directed, and made here in BC.
Yes.
We'll be right back. Take a look at this.
You sure the dyke stereotype? I want you and all your sorry-ass friends to stop prancing around like it's okay to be messed up. Stop fooling around and do something right for once in your sorry little life.
You don't belong here. You're nothing but a disappointment. You don't belong anywhere. You're no one.
Enough! Pathetic coward. Alexa, I just want to be normal. Wake up. Alexa, wake up. I wish to end the suffering.
Wow, that was a phenomenal trailer. That was really good. That was really good. So your acting was pretty phenomenal in that. It was really good, and the vision I thought was great.
Thank you.
Is there anything that you wanted to finish up about your career in acting or anything like that before we move on to the movie? Or
Well, I just graduated my 2-year acting program, and I'm ready to hit the ground running and start going for it. You know, Sandra gave me a wonderful opportunity to start my career on, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to continuing down this path, and yeah.
All right. Well, you know, we should do a special here of women on film. So we could do
Yeah.
this. So
Yeah.
what's next? Like, what's next? Where are you with the film? Is it completed? Is it in the box? Are you looking for distribution, that kind of stuff, or what's happening?
Right now, the film it's on the post-production stage.
Okay. For a lot of people that are watching this, what is post-production?
It's basically we are taking all the material that we have and cutting and putting in order of the scenes and
Okay.
working with the sound and color correction and the visual effects we have. So basically, it's assembling now that we
The work.
the work,
The
yeah,
work, yeah.
yeah, putting
Yeah.
in order. So we're in that stage,
Mhm.
and we're still looking for all the people that want to help us.
Okay. So you're looking for what, editors or?
We have editors. We have an amazing editor on board, and we
Okay.
have sound on board. It's basically we are looking for ways to help us to put the film out.
Oh, to distribute it.
Yeah, to distribute it.
Okay. Remind me to talk to you about that.
I
I
will.
have somebody in Los Angeles
Okay.
actually. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. So we are looking for any help we can get. Like this film is actually, it's a film of love. It's something that money can't buy. Like everything was done with passion and that.
This is Around the World in 5 Hours, and we'll see you again next week.